Tonight on Trent Kill Radio, we have an update on Ollie Herbert's death, the band Threatin, the band that never actually existed, and then Waterparks was robbed on the road. All this and more coming up on Trent Kill Radio. What's up, everybody? We're coming at you from Cleveland, Ohio. This is Trent Kill Radio. I am your host, Sean Ryan.
And I am Jimothy.
Tonight, we have a lot of crazy fucking stories. So let's just get into it right now. We're just going to start off a little bit, just real quick on an update on All That Remains guitarist Ollie Herbert's death. Okay, so back in October, he was discovered in his Connecticut home's pond in the backyard. They found him dead. It was ruled as a drowning, possibly by accident, but now it has been marked as suspicious.
As of November 15th, the cause of drowning was still undetermined per the state medical examiner. So normally they'll be able to label this as a homicide, suicide, or an accident, and right now it's still undetermined because they can't really establish the true cause of death or cause of drowning.
Beth, his wife of 14 years, I believe, she was the one that found him, I think, right?
Correct.
There are a lot of people that don't like her. Although they had been together for 14 years, there's a lot of weird things that she has done. If you're into conspiracy theories, Beth had illegally changed his will about a week before Ollie actually died. And a lot of brush and stuff in their backyard was cleared out of the way, leading to their pond. Supposedly, suspectedly, by conspiracy theorists and people of this page and Justice for Ollie Herbert, don't believe that he did this by himself. Some people believe that he was murdered, and now there's a lot of little details and stuff going around that makes police believe that this is kind of suspicious. He was found in the toxicology reports that, he had unprescribed mental psychotropic drugs in his system, also with sleeping pills. Beth had reported that Ollie was acting very strange the night before his passing, and he kept on wanting to go outside despite inclement weather. He just kept on trying to walk outside and go towards the door, and she was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Supposedly, this is all reported by her. She says, well, I went to bed, and then the next day we found him dead, so he was kind of out of my hands, is what she was basically saying. But some people just believe that, she might have had a hand in this. She has a friend that helped her clear all this shit out of their pond. This friend is supposedly a notary that helped her change his will illegally. So, there's a lot of loose ends in this story, and I just wanted to touch on this just real quick, just to give you an update. I hate when news stories, when you hear like a really great news story, and then like it's just you're left hanging, and then you don't fucking hear about it anymore. It's like, well, what happened?
Right.
You think about it in the shower 2 weeks later, and you're like, what the hell?
For those that weren't aware, All That Remains had just put out a new album as of the 9th.
They used all his guitar parts.
Yeah, he had finished tracking before he'd passed, so all his guitar parts are still in the album. Currently, right now, they're getting ready to go out on the road, and they're actually having Born of Osiris, Chelsea Grin guitarist Jason Richardson fill in for them on their tour.
There's a lot of questions that still have yet to be answered, so I just wanted to follow up with you guys on that. I recorded an episode about Ollie's death when it happened. It'll be right up here. Next. Okay, this story is the story of a band called Threatin. This fucking band has been taking the world by storm the worst way possible. This is the most confusing fucking story. This is the Pepe Silvia.
Pepe Silvia. This name keeps coming up over and over again. Every day, Pepe's mail's getting sent back to me. Pepe Silvia. Pepe Silvia. I look in the mail. Well, this whole box is Pepe Silvia.
of stories that you have ever seen. This thing is incredible, and there's a lot of detail, and we're gonna just try and sum it up for you right now.
Okay, so first of all, it's Jared Threatin. He's a musician from LA. Recently found out his real name is actually Jared Eames. He was originally a musician from Moberly, Missouri. Previous to the whole Threatin thing too, he was also involved with American black metal band Abigail Williams. He was in the band roughly from like 2010 to 2011. Then it brings us to now, where he's basically assembled a bunch of fake press for himself. He's created a fake booking agency, a fake label, hosted fake interviews with himself. He's done a lot of footage where he's basically taken live shots of his band and merged it with random shots of live footage from, larger shows. So it's like you're getting like these cuts. So like if you paid attention, you're like, this is fake as shit. But to someone who's not paying attention, it's like, oh man, they're playing in these huge crowds. So he's able to kind of build up this whole backstory, create these fake labels, fake publicists, everything, and book a European tour.
Okay, so like there's a lot of sources on this, so I'm just going to be reading a little bit off my cues here. NME, the reporting website, had said that the Underworld in Camden posted on Threatin's football page, Facebook page. What happened to the 291 advance ticket sales that your agent said you sold? 3 fucking people turned up. A similar situation happened to the Exchange in Bristol, which reported that 180 advance tickets had been shifted, but the only people to show up were the guests of support band Ghost of the Machine. Billy Bingham from Ghost of Machines told NME that we were told to postpone their set as the owner of the Exchange had pulled aside Threatin's tour manager and explained why no one had entered the venue with advance tickets. He added, it turned out that the promoter had lied and the ticket sales and all the confirmed attendees on Facebook were fake accounts based in Brazil. Okay, so Jared Threatin, he lives out in LA with his wife Kelsey. He has basically concocted this whole fake persona of being a way bigger person / band than he actually is. He gets this fucking idea to just get fake likes, fake subscribers, fake comments, all this shit, and it all traces back to Brazil. He hires on just people that he kind of knows, and it's still a little shrouded in mystery of who a lot of these people are in terms of agents, managers, the label that he's signed to, this kind of shit.
The fake label, the fake booking agency, all this stuff, it's all traced back to the same GoDaddy account. So they're all it's all self-fabricated websites and pretty lazily done because the exact same roster that's in the booking agency is the same in the label. And that like never fucking happens in the real world where you have all the same artists with the same booker under the booking agency and all the same artists under the same record labels. There's tons of red flags if you actually do a little bit of digging in. There's a lot of like call outs to like fake ambiguous names that are like just not Googleable easily, so you can't really trace them, and it's a lot of stuff like that.
Okay, so Jared Threatin, he recruits all his band. This is all his songs and all this kind of shit, and he recruits a band to come with him, try out, join the band, and then go on a European tour. One of the main fucking dudes that I found was Joe Prunera. He was the guitarist. He has just a YouTube page with a couple videos and like 7 subscribers, like no views, pretty much like Trendkill Radio. I'm joking. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Like, subscribe, please.
We're dying out here. But he gets an email from a woman named Lisa Golding. Basically just says, hey, would you like to come out in Europe, try out for this Threatin band? We like what you've done. But it's weird. It's like, how the hell did you find me? I have no subscribers. Like, who the hell? I had no subscribers. No one's watched my videos. And this is how like everybody was found. Basically just on YouTube, playing bass, playing drums, playing guitar or whatever. And there were tryouts, and it all kind of worked out well. And this Joe guy, he sees this as a great opportunity. You're 36 and you're just kind of struggling, and you have the dream to go out to Europe. Fuck yeah. Everybody did get some kind of collective guarantee of like $300 in advance or whatever, but they were going to provide all the airfare and the hotel space and this and that.
Right. I mean, that's really what... And apparently they had money to burn, too, because a lot of these venues, people weren't showing up. The venue was pissed. They had a support staff to pay, and they basically just paid them out. They're like, okay, here's whatever you need for your staff for the night. Let's play the gig. Let's not cancel it.
Right. All these advance tickets by the promoter of the band, they weren't advanced. They were never sold. So a lot of these companies were going on Facebook pages and sending emails and sending texts and stuff going, what the fuck? We have an empty room here. This band, Ghost of Machines, they had to front the bill just so they could pay. They were basically just like, yeah, well, we still want to play, so we'll pay for tonight's blah, blah, blah. And after about 3 gigs of angry promoters and empty venues that have an entire staff that have opened up these concert venues and shit to accommodate bands that they were expecting people to come in and bring in the money. There was a meeting in the hotel between the band, and Jared comes down from his suite or whatever and talks to the band, and he's just basically playing the victim, and he's just like, I don't know what to fucking do. He was trying to dupe all these people in Europe into playing shows, but no one showed up. And his wife, we're not even really sure if she was in on it or not, because she was very angry with a lot of these things, and she was mad at promoters or whatever, and it turns out no one really had any numbers. It was just sent to email and shit. It was like the tour manager and all this stuff, like you can only contact him through email. And that's when Prunera basically just went, okay, I'm out. There's no reason for us to do any more of these shows. Continue on tour. All of us, we gotta leave. Jared was very accepting and just basically gave in to defeat, realizing the error of his ways without admitting it.
Now he's tried to cover himself. I don't know if you saw this, but he put a post on Twitter on the 14th, and he's like, "What is fake news? I turned an empty room into an international headline. If you're reading this, you're part of the illusion." And then just like some random like garbage trying to like cover his tracks. It's like, oh no, this was totally the way I planned it, trying to like make up for the fact that it was a total fail. Man, it's just the weirdest thing.
But you know what? He duped everybody from the period of 2016 all the way up until just a couple of weeks ago. He duped America. He duped his band. He duped possibly his wife and Europe.
Right.
Like,
I mean, you
gotta
can't
kind of give him credit for that.
Yeah, you can't knock him. He did something that was like very notable. I mean, we're all talking about it. It's all over the news outlets everywhere.
Oh yeah. I feel very bad for all the venues that were involved with this, and a lot of people that probably lost their asses on a couple shows and stuff. And that's not cool. The member of Ghost of Machines, he was just saying, I hate that we live in this time where you can just buy likes and comments and subscribers and all this kind of shit to just create this fake illusion. Not us, though. I mean,
right? We successfully faked 117 likes.
Yes,
because a lot of people have said it's like he's a talented musician, and so were like the people he was working with.
He tried to find a shortcut to an alley that there's no shortcut to rock stardom, man.
Random side note though, I ended up finding this LinkedIn page. Only had like 20 connections. Only had like one person like endorse his ability for piano of all things.
Very strange case.
There is no Pepe Sylvia. The man does not exist, okay? So
and on to our final story. We have the band Waterparks. They're on tour with another band that's supporting them called I Don't Know How, But They Found Me. It's shortened up to like IDK How. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now because I Don't Know How's a bunch of their merchandise and musical equipment was stolen out of their hotel, like 10 grand worth, just a couple weeks ago. And then now we find out that allegedly I Don't Know How's merch guy had stolen about 18 grand from the headlining band of this tour, Waterparks. It was the Waterparks Entertainment Tour.
Allegedly, merch guy David Chapman. He was
David Chapman.
Mark David Chapman.
Dun
dun dun. Yeah, the police came in to investigate after about 18 grand in cash was taken from Waterparks. And when they were interviewing everybody, they said David Chapman was kind of suspicious. During investigation.
Yeah, something was a box was stolen. A box of like 18 grand was stolen out of their tour bus. And when investigating was happening, Chapman he was acting a little suspicious, and that was brought to the police's attention. Brought to the police's attention. And they ended up finding this box along with a bunch of other merchandise or whatever, but they found this box full of money hidden in Chapman's hoodie. They were like, well, what the fuck? And Chapman goes on to just go like, oh, whoa. Like, this was all a misunderstanding. I'm being falsely accused, but I mean, I took the money, but I was planning on returning it because they're always just leaving boxes of money on their tour bus, and I just wanted to teach them a lesson. Well, that doesn't really fly. That's a fucking felony.
Nope.
Yeah, they allegedly, this Chapman guy had stolen the money, and he was caught and apprehended, and here we are now with an update. Waterparks frontman Austin Knight has said, and quote, I am so happy criminals are fucking stupid. Someone on our tour allegedly tried to steal tens of thousands of dollars from us, and we caught the shit out of him. Fucking imbecile, LOL. Enjoy your alleged felony. Also, for the record, we have a solid safe system. Homeboy lie. He also went on to say, also, thank you so much to the Hartford police for their help. The tour is hard enough without people you trust trying to steal away your livelihood. Also, for the record, that money was from the night before, LOL, as if that matters. We don't carry cash city to city like that because we are not villains from fucking Grand Theft Auto, and we sure as hell don't leave it laying around in the bus like in a fucking box. Ha ha! God, why is this real? To sum up the story, I don't know how, but they found us. Their shit was stolen from their hotel room. That was all later recovered, and I don't know.
Yeah,
were charges filed on that? Did they find out who did that?
The money of it, everything was since returned, and so I don't know if any charges were pressed.
Yeah. That was weird loophole. You guys investigate. Let us know in the comments. And then I don't know how's merch guy stole 18 grand from Waterparks tour bus, which they're saying it was in a bus. It was in a box on the bus. 18 grand. And then Waterparks frontman is saying, no, we have a safe system. I don't know how's merch guy. He was the one that fucking stole it. He got caught, and now he's going to Pound Town.
Rough break for their camp. I mean, he was clearly just some random guy. I mean, it's like the touring industry. Like, you just pick these people up from random, random places that are willing to go out on the road.
A lot of our friends and band members, they've been on the road, and it's just like, you just kind of know a guy that's like, oh yeah, well, I'll just go on the road with you and fucking handle your merch and money. The tour does continue. You can check out Waterparks website, see where they're playing. I believe they just played in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yep, on the
where
15th.
we are on the 15th.
And they just released their debut EP. IDK Howe just recently released their debut EP, 1981 Extended Play.
And that is all we have today on Tranquil Radio. Thank you guys so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. Every view, every click, every like that we get. Please like, subscribe, share. Share these fucking videos, man. Send them out. Share them to your friends, all right? Create a word of mouth. Check us out on Facebook.com/TranquilRadio216. That is all for us. I am Sean Ryan.
And I am Jimothy.
And thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Good night. So basically, here we go. We got this guy, Firkin from Verjurgens, Germany.